You are under arrest. And this is your cop. Lucky you. Yuki is the newest combatant to join CZN, and I'm going to give you the quick and dirty breakdown of her mechanics, her best allies, partners, and gear to get you started. I'm Matt King Tofu, and let's go. Yuki is an order striker who specializes in multi-target attacks. She can do some single target, but that's not her strength. Right off the bat, I'm going to tell you that Yuki is not a beginner-friendly character. She requires a deeper understanding of how card battlers work. Unlike other combatants that can still do some damage even without their best allies, Yuki is obsolete without them. And that's due to her mechanic inspiration that we will go through right after you do this first step. Go to your potential tab and get this node. End of story. Alright. So most of Yuki's cards has this inspiration line under it. It activates when these cards are drawn by using a draw effect. So at turn start, the 5 cards you draw will not activate inspiration. Only by using other card effects and drawing these cards with those effects will they activate. Most of the time, it increases their hits, damage, but there are other bonus effects and they are all fairly good. The bad news is that Yuki at her base has only one card that draws cards, and one in her Epiphany. This right here is why Yuki cannot be paired with just any ally, because without draw effects, Yuki doesn't get inspiration and will become practically useless. As Yuki is a new character, there aren't too many builds around yet, so I'm going to go through the ones suggested by Super Creative. Here are the 4 builds. The first 2 are fairly similar. You have Yuki and Nia. Nia being a good sustain with added card draw and card shuffle functions. Nia's Curiosity is good for selecting Yuki cards from the draw pile, and Adagio is great for moving uninspired cards back to the draw pile so that they can be drawn again with inspiration. Nia fills the need to draw, so we need someone to fill in Yuki's subpar single target damage. We have Veronica and Beryl. Both of them carry card draw as well in the form of Repose and Guilty Pleasure, but they also provide a good amount of targeted damage. And for fights with multiple enemies and a boss, Yuki can easily clear out the trash, while Veronica and Beryl can focus their sometimes random targeting attacks onto the main boss. Personally, Yuki, Nia, and Beryl has been doing it for me. Looking at the next one, you have Nia and Cassius. This is a hyper-aggressive deck cycling combatant build. With the lower cost from certain inspirations and their epiphanies, this will do fairly well. Cassius' Joker and Shuffle are great at forcing out certain cards, and because they're drawn, they'll get inspiration. And the last one is Nia and Lucas. This focuses on more multi-target damage. I personally have not found this combatant build to be useful, as Yuki seems to be enough for most fights with multiple enemies. However, it might be better later. These are the 4 suggested builds from Super Creative, but if you have a better build, please leave it in the comments below, as I'm going to be playing Yuki for a while. I like her playstyle, and I want to try everything I can to see if she can break this game. Although I may not reply to you, I do read all my comments, positive or negative. Personally, I also think Mika should be in these builds, but they didn't include her. So now you see that playing Yuki involves a lot of drawing and thinking about the next cards coming to you. Not only do you have to focus on your hand, the card order, the AP cost, but you need to know when is a good time to draw more cards. This means you need to check your draw pile every so often, and then use your draw cards to pull out her skills to activate inspiration. This is why I don't think this character is beginner friendly. Here is my current build. Note that I am a player that loves to cycle through the deck, so I focus on drawing and low cost attacks. Freezing Blade with initiation and at 0 cost is crucial. It's an upgrade at the start of combat that follows up all your inspiration cards with a multi-target attack. The extra draw for Prepare to Subdue is also extremely helpful. Duplicating this card provides consistency in the deck. The -2 cost Flash Slash is a good attack to have, as when you draw it, it's 0 cost, which you can throw it out and it will follow up with more Freezing Blades. And lastly, I prefer Trickery Blade with the Retain, but if you like the one with the draw or the 0 cost, they work as well. Here are 2 common situations I run into and how I make the best out of it. First, try to retain Trickery Strike. Not only does it thin out your Yuki attack cards by retaining it, but it helps in many situations. In the first situation, you start your turn, but you draw Prepare to Subdue. It's a good card normally, but having the inspiration is better because you can draw 2. This is why I think you should retain Trickery Strike, as it activates this inspiration. So not only do you get to draw 2 inspiration attack cards, because this has inspiration, it activates Freezing Blade, and then your 2 other cards activate Freezing Blade as well. So you're activating 3 Freezing Blades instead of 1 if you were just to use the Prepare to Subdue by itself. In the second situation, turn starts, you draw 2 to 3 Yuki attack cards, but they don't have inspiration. However, you do have a card that helps draw, whether it's from Nia, Veronica, or Beryl. This is a good time to use Yuki's Ego. It does a decent amount of area damage and increases damage per attack card in your hand. But what it also does is it takes those attack cards and puts them at the top of your draw pile. Now you use your draw card and get them all back with inspiration. So you can do more burst damage and they'll be followed up with Freezing Blades every time. The idea is to keep drawing cards, keeping in mind your AP. Rapid Slash, Iceberg Cleave, and Trickery Strike are the only skills that actually cost AP if you draw this way. Trickery Strike has Retain, so once you have it in your hand, you have a better chance of drawing the other 0-cost cards. Or if you have the 0-cost Epiphany, it becomes one of your free cards. Using other card effects like Adagio or Yuki's Ego, you can manipulate your deck to force out your next draws for inspiration. Moving on, to enhance your Yuki experience, you'll need a good partner. She'll benefit the most out of her banner partner Westmacott. The damage boost is fairly easy to activate for Yuki, and her partner Ego moves and draws one of her cards, which is a great way to activate her inspiration. If you don't have Westmacott, Scarlet and Lillian are good substitutes as well. Douglas for sad people. As for gear, the usual critical chance, critical damage, attack percentage, order damage percentage will be her go-to picks. Go for easy to use sets like Black Wing and Executioner's Tool, but if you're spicy, use Bullet of Order. And to enhance Yuki a bit further, you can focus some of the attention on her allies. You want to get some good card manipulation on her ally combatants. So Gear Bag, Belligerents are a good addition if you find them. If you have someone that can run Nyx as a partner, that will also help a lot, as that gives a lot of draws. Wrapping this up, Yuki is still a new character that will need some time to find her spot in CZN. There are quite a lot of post-dooming on her low damage, and they are valid. I've yet to try out all the forbidden cards in this patch, so maybe there's something that can help her out in this regard. I will post some updated builds once I try them, but until then, thanks for watching, and leave some build suggestions in the comments below. Now like this video or I will curse your next roll in the chaos run. Yep. Bye.